Good morning, children. Last class we have seen about chemical properties of metal oxides. So in this video we can see about chemical properties of non-metal. First, we can see the reaction of non-metals with oxygen. Okay, so metals react with oxygen and forms their respective oxide, that is non-metallic oxide. Okay, so here you can see the general form of the equation. Non-metal plus oxygen gives non-metallic oxide. So we can see now example. So carbon, you know, it is a non-metal. So carbon react with oxygen and forms carbon dioxide with the production of heat. Okay. So when carbon react with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide with the production of heat. So C plus O2, oxygen gives carbon dioxide, CO2 plus heat. Is burned in an insufficient supply of air, that is less amount of oxygen, it forms carbon monoxide. Okay, so when it is burned in an insufficient supply of air, it forms carbon monoxide, and this carbon monoxide is a toxic substance. If we are inhaling the carbon monoxide, it is fatal. That means it will cause some disease like lung cancer. So carbon monoxide, inhaling of carbon monoxide may prove fatal, as it is a toxic substance. Understood, children? Now, reaction of sulfur with oxygen. So when sulfur react with oxygen, it gives sulfur dioxide. Okay, and sulfur catches fire when exposed to air. When sulfur it is exposed to air, it catches fire. Okay, so sulfur gives sulfur dioxide when reacting with oxygen. Now one more example, hydrogen. So reaction of hydrogen with water. Hydrogen, you know, it is a non-metal. Yes? So hydrogen react with oxygen and gives water. So H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Now reaction of non-metal with chlorine. So first we have seen the reaction of non-metal with oxygen. Here reaction of non-metal with chlorine. So when non-metal react with chlorine gas, it will form their respective chlorides. Okay, so non-metal plus chlorine gives non-metal chloride. Here is the reaction example for the reaction of non-metal with chlorine. So hydrogen gives hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid, and phosphorus gives phosphorus trichloride. So here you can see the reaction. Hydrogen H2 plus Cl2 gives HCl, hydrochloric acid. Phosphorus P4 plus 6Cl2 chlorine gives PCl3, that is phosphorus trichloride. Now reaction of non-metals with hydrogen. So when non-metals react with hydrogen, it forms covalent hydrides. Okay, so when non-metals react with hydrogen, it forms covalent hydrides. So non-metal plus hydrogen gives covalent hydride. So here is the example. When sulfur combines with hydrogen, it forms a covalent hydride called hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so when sulfur combines with hydrogen, it forms hydrogen sulfide. Then nitrogen, when it combines with hydrogen in the presence of an ion catalyst, it forms an ammonia. Okay, it forms an ammonia. So when nitrogen combines with hydrogen in the presence of ion catalyst, so iron is used as the catalyst in this reaction. So what is meant by catalyst? Catalyst means the substance which increase the rate of the reaction or speed of the chemical reaction. Okay, so in this, nitrogen combines with hydrogen in the presence of ion catalyst to form an ammonia. Now, non-metals do not react with water or steam to evolve hydrogen gas. Okay, so you know that metals will react with water and liberate hydrogen gas, but non-metals do not react with water or steam to evolve hydrogen gas. Then, non-metals do not react with dilute acids. Now we can see about the property of non-metallic oxide. So non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So we have learned that metallic oxides are basic in nature in the last video, isn't it? So here non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. And so that the solution of non-metal oxides, it will turns blue litmus to red. Okay, so the solution of non-metallic oxide, when it is dipped with a blue litmus paper, it turns to red because it is an acidic in nature. Then carbon dioxide will give carbonic acid when dissolved in water. So when carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, it forms carbonic acid, that is H2CO3. Now sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide gives sulfurous acid when dissolved in water. So sulfur dioxide SO2 plus water gives sulfurous acid, that is H2SO3. Then sulfur dioxide gives sulfuric acid when react with oxygen. When sulfur dioxide is reacting with oxygen, it forms sulfuric acid. Sulfur dioxide plus oxygen gives sulfur trioxide, and sulfur trioxide plus water gives sulfuric acid. Now reaction of metal and non-metal. Okay, so metal and non-metal can combine to form an ionic compounds because they are charged particles. Metals also have the charged ions, and the non-metals also have the ions. Okay, so when metals and non-metals react, they will form an ionic bond. Okay, so many metals will form ionic bonds when they react with non-metals. So compounds so formed is known as ionic compounds. I hope that you all understand about the chemical properties of non-metals and non-metallic oxide. The continuation of this you can see in the next video. Thank you, children.